Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of SB-2Ms. Now I'm on the other side of the challenge, so this is actually working out quite well. I went for the Buffalo, although another good alternative would have been to go in the Wildcat. So basically I'm trying to get 5 bomber kills, although I'm in realistic now. But we're dead. Did we get that kill? Hopefully we do. Well, you can kind of see the what I'm going for here. I'll get one of these kills. Nice. I'll be able to kill some of these SB-2Ms. Yes! Alright, so we're going to return to the hangar real quick. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what just happened. And I just realized, man, those gunners. So we did get one SB-2M. Look at that. Nice. See, this is what we were wanting. So I have to kill 5 of them. I wonder what the modifier is. Let's take a look. I forgot. The modifier is ×3. So I need 5 kills. I need 2 more SB-2Ms. Or excuse me. SB-2Ms would be one of the easier routes. And so to get paired in that, I went for a tier 1. I should have done Thatch's Buffalo, honestly. I'll switch over to that. Because I want a tier 1 plane. Because I want to be... Everyone's flying SB-2Ms. Or there's a high number of SB-2Ms. And those count as bombers that you can shoot down. Where are you, Thatch? Good old Thatch. Where's he at? You know? Okay, there he is. So we're going to hop into a battle and see if we can't get another one real quick. That was ridiculously fast. Hopefully we'll be able to... But with those SB-2Ms, as we just saw, you take down one engine and that thing's going down. So I figured it would be easier in terms of number of playthroughs, maybe? I don't know, 5 bombers probably would be very easy to do in arcade. Usually I prefer to do these in historical or realistic battles now, so we'll see how it goes. But I would choose the Wildcat or the Buffaloes for the Americans, and that will likely, I mean, you look at the numbers, we have a decent chance of getting paired up against all these SB-2Ms. Germans would also be a good one, but if you get stuck with the Americans, you know, you're not as likely to get a lot. And let's see, the Germans, I don't think I can switch over. No. Yep. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright, we're back. So now that we know from flying it and being one and realizing its weaknesses and then shooting one down, we know the way to kill... Alright, we're gonna have to do this quick. Lags are here. I'm gonna have to pick off one of these one of these engines, one of these cannons, before he lights me on fire. Unbelievable. Alright, well, that is rather unfortunate. I have no idea why that guy just quit. Now we have a Wildcat here in front of us. Oh! That worked out. That's a big canopy, so naturally a pilot snipe is very doable. Are there any more bombers out here? Lag going the other way. P-40, MiG-3. Very tempted to just mow the lawn and call it a day. Oh, get someone to chase me, maybe. It's too bad there's no shoot some ground kills with the Buffalo day. But we won't mow the lawn all day. I guess we've been spotted. But yeah, so the trick to doing this is when you're Russians, you're in your SB-2Ms, and when you're Americans trying to get bomber kills, go tier 1 and below and simply shoot the Russian bombers. It's that simple. So we got ourselves into a bit of an aerial dogfight here just at the end for fun. Although we're up against some pretty good Russian fighters. Alright, my speed's gonna give out before I can catch him. Not really. I wonder if I can boom and zoom. Wow, Mig. Hello, Mig. This guy's just gaining on me like it is his job. It kind of is his job to shoot me down. I'm gonna try to kill the traitor down, the kitty, before I die. Which seems rather soon. Ah. Couldn't get my nose down. And I likely have... Ooh, that guy fell off my tail somehow. But I'm in a pack of enemies, it feels like. Looking on the minimap, they're everywhere. Alright. One hit, no fires. Try to get this kitty. Oh, right as we were getting him, we got blasted. And then we got sniped. But we did our mission. So we will return to the hangar. Alright. Let's see. How are we doing? So that took 3 games. I got in a Hokkaido mission. Nice. I got in a Hokkaido mission, which meant I was fighting the British. And there was just 4 enemy planes, 4 human-controlled enemy planes on the British team. None of which were bombers. So I went from US servers to any available, and I feel like that helped out a little bit. So let's take the test real quick. This is probably one of the best balanced missions in that they offset each other. The Russians play as bombers, the Americans need to kill bombers so the Americans can fight the Russians. So there's a lot of overlap, makes it a little quicker. So these missions don't seem to be too bad. I missed Christmas and the day after Christmas. Day after Christmas, I still was under the impression I wasn't able to do the mission. And you only have to do 10 out of 17. So I've only missed 2. And I guess, what, 27, 28, 29, and 30 now. So I'm going to go for both. So I'm 4 out of 6, if my math is correct. Anyway, my name is Baron. Today's missions are pretty fun. SB-2Ms are kind of fun to fly around. A little tough. I found it easier in arcade. However, I found the Americans easier in realistic battles. But then again, I didn't try arcade. Let me know if you thought arcade was better for the Americans challenge. Anyway, my name is Baron. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to pull the trigger on that like button as I am signing out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. I'm flying my SB-2M. We just spawned in space. We have to get down there and start picking off. Let's see, there's 1, 2 other players that are rocking SB-2Ms. There's one guy in a D3A1. And unfortunately at this moment there's only 28 ground targets, but I believe those are vehicles. They're not keeping track